Welcome to tonight's Malty Monday. Palom and myself, we're going to be looking into the Sour IPA. Want to welcome in my panel first and foremost. We do have Ron Terrio, Louisiana Beer Reviews. You have Beer Man.
Cheers.
Michael Komaroff, IPA's the bomb. We have Thomas Metal 75. Chatio, my beer is infected.
Indeed it is.
We have Muted, keep sipping. Miscellaneous beer reviews.
Cheers.
Nina Yo 860. And Sour Me This. And myself, Bumpy Road. Welcome into the chat as well. Thank you guys for showing up. Brandon was first. Boom. Chatio spelt first differently. Jules is here. Hello, Jules. Welcome. Keep sipping in the chat. The NDT show. Hello. D1. Daryl Macias. Welcome. Thank you. We have Middle Fruit. Paul. Try not to fall off your seats in shock, but I actually sourced a local sour IPA up here in Canada. Does that mean that you'll be joining the panel when we have Ron?
That'd be cool.
We also had Thrash Metal Homebrew and Barbecue was on panel as well, but this was a full house, but he did drop down to let Josh in. So, cheers to Burley Sullivan. Josh. Cheers to This is Sea Life. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. Tommy Carroll. John and Nelly, cheers. And Ron Sutton, welcome. And cheers. All right, let me just read off. I've read this one before because it falls underneath the same guidelines on the BJCP, which just goes under mixed fermentation sour beer. So overall impression, sour and funky version of a base style of beer. Which this one would be a base style of an IPA of some sort that's soured. Comments, these beers may be aged in wood, but any wood character should not be a primary or dominant flavor. Sour beers are typically not bitter. Probably not the case here, as these flavors clash. The base beer style becomes less relevant because the various yeast and bacteria tend to dominate the profile. Inappropriate characteristics include diacetyl, solvent, ropey, viscous texture, and heavy oxidation. The history, modern American craft beer interpretations of Belgian sour ales or experimentations inspired by Belgian sour ales. And that's pretty much it. So they're already saying that a sour IPA is going to clash, according to DJCP. So let's find out what we think. Do they clash? Or I can't think of another, or do they Ramon? There we go. Let's bring up Ron Terrio as our first guest. Cheers, Ron.
Hello there, folks. Live on the internet. Tonight, for your viewing pleasure and listening pleasure, or both, this is Untitled Art. I bought this at Mathern's. It was $3.99 for the can. It just showed up about a week ago, but yet it says it was canned on October 27th, 2020. So what happened for 3 months? All right. Anyway, this is a sweet and sour grapefruit IPA. But it says an India Pale Ale with grapefruit juice, apple juice, and pineapple juice. You know how sometimes you want to drink an ale with 3 types of juices in it. Well, this could be one for you. And I hope everybody can hear me okay.
Mm-hmm.
There is the thin white head and the opaque Orange Julius looking thing. If some of y'all are familiar with Orange Julius drinks. The nose is muted. So if you're looking for a lot of aroma on the nose, you can rate it F or forget it. But I'm going to read my review. I'm going to read my review because it'll be short. Here's what I wrote a little while ago on Rate Beer. Untitled Art Sweet and Sour Grapefruit IPA has a thin, crackling, because you could hear it crackling, spongy white head and an opaque orange appearance with no lacing. Well, it's showing a little lacing now, but earlier it didn't. It died away and just no lacing. And I think that's going to happen here. The aroma is of faint juice and pale malt. The flavor is of strong tartness and sweet juice with a malt, meaning white bread, underbody. The reviewer will notice low bitterness. Untitled Art Sweet and Sour Grapefruit IPA has a high medium body and a dry finish. And that's what I wrote. And I mean, if you want to drink a beer that tastes like juice, this could be the one for you because it's made with juice, like literally juice. And it's not unlike some of the mass-produced, sweet, flavored beers that I've been drinking the last few years, you know, dabbling in. So you could cause a lot of controversy with this thing. A couple of more notes. It's very tart. Bitterness? No. I'll tell you a beer I drank 2 days ago that was much more than this. It was called Juice, Joose, 10%. Normally it's 14, but I bought it in Mississippi and they only allow 10. And I noticed that the juice had much more high levels of bitterness from the orange pith, the orange peel, and even the hop was probably a hop extract in an inexpensive product like that. One good thing about this is maintaining the flavor throughout the sip. You know, a lot of these flavored ales, they'll have a rush of flavor and then it drops. Like, then all you pick up is malt. This one's keeping the flavor consistent, and that's a good sign. I think I feel comfortable. Oh man, this thing tastes like juice, like orange, grapefruit, whatever juice. I feel comfortable giving it a 90. I do think that the score would go up if you sip on it, 7%. I don't see the score going down though. I don't think it could go below 90. A minus. I don't think it could. I think it could get possibly into the A range. Is it sour, like sour milk or sour cream? No, it's tart. It's tart, all the way tart. And that's it. You want me to give a little promo?
Yeah, do a shout out.
All right, so tomorrow morning, you know, I wish everybody the best on their upcoming beer reviews tonight or showcase. I've never had any of those. This is Dewar's. Whoops. This is Dewar's Illegal Smooth. It's finished in mezcal barrels. It's aged 8 years. It's going up against an old classic from 1965, Hunter Piper's Blended Scotch Whiskey. So if you're out and about at 5:30 a.m. Central Time tomorrow morning, check it out. It's a big epic battle. And then Wednesday night at 7:20 to 7:30 Eastern Time is Wild Card Wednesday. Bye-bye, Wildcard Wednesday. To be replaced by even more exciting Wednesday night videos. Thank you for letting me join this.
Well, thank you for being here, Ron.
That tequila or that tequila barrel aged doer sounds interesting.
Yeah, mezcal barrel, finished in mezcal barrels.
That's cool.
So it's very interesting. I've gone through half the bottle so far, and it's been real good, really interesting. So cheers to everyone, and everyone have a good and safe and enjoyable night.
Cheers, Ron.
Right. Cheers, Ron. Thank you. And we'll see you on Wednesday for the last wild card Wednesday. Hello, everybody. I'm not going right now. We're going to be bringing up man. And also want to let anybody know that was trying to get in earlier. If you were trying to get in and you stopped, the room is now open. Thrash, if you would like to come back on panel, please do. Cheers. And I'll drop the link in the chat as well.
Hey. All right. Well, thanks again, BuMpY. This is always fun.
Please do.
Fun times.
Cheers. Now.
Cheers. So I got the most popular one tonight. This is one from New Belgium Brewing Company out of Fort Collins and Asheville, North Carolina. Fort Collins, Colorado, and Asheville, North Carolina. It's their Sour IPA. It's a 7% ABV. I didn't get any IBUs unless you guys mentioned them. I don't know, but it's Goodbye. It has a Goodbye May 16, 21. So fairly fresh. It says Untapped says Citra dry hopped hazy IPA blended with wood aged golden sour for a flash of refreshing acidity. Let's go ahead and pour this up. All right, so nice golden color, nice white, fat, frothy looking head, some pebbly rockiness going on. Definitely has a nice lemony kind of scent to it. So definitely I look forward to trying this again. I had a whole 6-pack of it and over the week, and this is my last one. So I'll sip on it slowly and have some notes for you. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Beer Man. Next up, we have Mark Kormarov.
Okay, so this is 6-point Hyper Beam, and it's a sour India Pale Ale with passion fruit, guava, and milk sugar. 8% alcohol. And this one was canned on 12/18/2020. So it's about a month old, a little bit more. And I will pour it. So far lately, I've been pretty good in terms of not having more head than anything else. We'll see. It's pretty good. Let's see what it looks like. Very hazy color. I don't know. It's everybody can make it. A lot of carbonation in it, and like a 3-finger white head. I'll come back with a full description when we come back around.
All right. Cheers, Michael. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Next up, it looks like we have miscellaneous beer reviews.
All right. So, yeah, I'm one of those guys with the popular beer. Yeah, I got the new Belgium Sour IPA, man. I was really on the grind trying to find something different. They did have something different, and I tried it, and it was trash. So, yeah, this is a IPA blended with wood-aged golden ale sour is what it says on the can, 7%. Got all details and review go, so I'll just go ahead and pour it up. Mine is Best Buy in April. So, I don't know, different batch?
Yeah.
I'm interested to see why Chatio's name is the way it is. That's what it is. You got a 1-finger head. It's rocky. It's probably going to dissipate fairly fast. It's definitely hazy. Kind of, I don't know, lemony. light brown color. But yeah, I don't know. It's what it is. Cheers, guys.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers. Plenty.
Cheers, miscellaneous. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Whoa.
Now we have. I
Cheers.
think this is
Ding.
Trish's first time on.
All right.
No, I think I came on one time with Brandon in the very beginning, but yeah, solo. So I have Doors of Perception, which is by Stillwater Brewing in collaboration with Free Thought. So Stillwater is out of Baltimore and Free Thought is out of Connecticut. This is a sour farmhouse IPA with guava, coconut, and sage. I'm really interested in the sage, 7%. And this, like $5.75 a can, and it was canned on 11/4, so not too bad. There is a fun story behind this beer. This beer was inspired by Aldous Huxley's book about ethogens, which is a substance mainly of plant origin ingested to produce a psychedelic experience. So this beer is kind of based off that book.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool can.
Oh, I'll pour it real quick so I can taste it while you guys are finishing.
You're all looking about the same color.
Right.
So there we go. I need to work on my pouring, obviously, but all right. Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Next up, we got Chadio.
My beer is infected. I mean, technically it is because you are introducing bacteria into the beer to make it sour. So my best buy date is May 16th. But yes, I have the same beer as I think 3 other people. Yeah, but yep, this is definitely locally here. May 16th, 2021, best buy date. Crack her open. Get her in the glass. So, all right, it's good enough.
Nice.
There you go.
Show off.
Good pour.
Look at
My
that.
line.
Hey, Ma.
A good carbonation, and oh man, it was filled to the line too. Perfect. Good carbonation in here. Yeah, it's a almost call it like a golden sunshine kind of color to it. Picking up the hops over like lemon or anything right now, but I'll give you guys my review next time around. Cheers. Thank you for having me, BuMpY.
Cheers, Chadio. Thanks for being here.
Cheers.
All right, let's bring in Eric.
Woo, hello everybody, and thank you for stopping by the Bumpy Road channel of YouTube. We got a mighty beer to describe to you today. A mighty squirrel beer. This is from Waltham, Massachusetts, and they make a beer called Guava Land at 8%. It is a sour double IPA. Canon website says as follows: brewed with copious amounts of guava. Guava Land balances sour goodness with the tart and sweet notes of guava fruit. This one was canned on 10/30. You can even see that, sort of, kind of. There you go, 10/30, 2020. I've had one of these, I don't know, almost a month ago, so I picked up one of these again. I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty decent. And here is the pour. You definitely get in this particular sour double IPA more of a kind of orangey copper color, not the hazy New England look to it.
Yum.
Lots of nice carbonation rising from the bottom of the glass. There's the streams,
Nice.
and you're getting a 2-finger nice sudsy white off-white head. Looks real good. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers, Eric.
Cheers. Smells real good.
All right, looking. Nina.
The color of your mustache.
Unmute myself.
Oh, yeah, it is kind of.
So I've got, I've never really heard of this brewery, but they had enough of it at the store. Hermit Thrush from Brattleboro, Vermont. A sour, kettle soured ale. Great color on this thing. Very nice and meringue kind of head going on. Sour smell. What does it say about this sucker? We harness local wild cultures with local hops to create fresh, bright kettle soured ales. So I guess they feel that they're known for their kettle soured ales. 100% local hops, 4-star farms territory, soured with native lactobacillus. So,
There you go.
There you go. They're culturing it. Beautiful head. Look at the head. Clings onto the glass real nice. It's got that real, dense kind of haze, almost like, I hate to get too disgusting with it, but you know what I'm talking about, an infection of some sort. Very hazy, very nice, ready to go. It's just great. It's got a wonderful smell. Vermont, always great products up there. All their diners and all their, real earthy products that they have. Known for their cheeses, so I'm guessing their bacteria is pretty good. Yeah, I'm thinking I've got a winner here.
Cool. I like how they labeled it. It's called a SIPA.
Yeah, the SIPA's neat. I like that term also.
Cool.
I like their whole label, their whole brand. This hermit thrush, like a medium-sized New England bird that has roots with other birds, I guess, far away, like South African or something. So.
Yeah.
Kind of like those gooseberries we've talked about in the past. They're real strange how they're in certain places. So, cheers.
Awesome. Cheers. Yeah, thank you. All right, everybody's interested in this guy's brew.
All righty. So tonight I have Alcove from Hudson Valley out of Beacon, New York. This is a sour double IPA at 8%. It's got raw wheat, flaked and malted oat, milk sugar, blueberry, raspberry, vanilla, lactose, and it's dry hopped with Galaxy and El Dorado. So Hudson Valley always makes really good sours. So I've had this one before, but it's really good. I got this one and another one, but mine might look a little different than everyone else's. But
now that's a show off.
Yeah.
That looks good.
What all those Virginia beers look like in color? Purple.
It looks like cranberry.
Raspberries, man.
yeah, so you got a nice little frothy head, by about 2 finger head there. Dark red. Can't see through it, so not hazy. You smell that blueberry, raspberry. This smells awesome. It almost smells like a kind of like a wine. But yeah, excited to dive in this one and give my notes and all that stuff and come back around. So cheers, BuMpY. Thanks for having me. Kind of short, but
Cheers.
It's kind of a tall glass.
cheers. Yeah.
Cheers, Josh. Thank you.
Cheers, man. That looks good.
Right, and now we have.
Now we're gonna do we have the quadfecta.
Yeah.
New Belgian hometown, not hometown,
Yes.
home state.
Yeah.
Fort Collins, Colorado. Sour IPA 7%. Let's go ahead and pour it up.
Ooh,
I was sitting in the chat drinking on one, and I'm really liking this. This is a really good beer. It's got that lemon, nice haze to it, nice white head, nice tight bubbles. It's lemon pledge all the way through and through. The effervescence in it is it's a medium, but we'll go through this. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Right. Well, just like Michael Kormaroff bringing a 6-point beer, I'm bringing a 6-point in victory collab called Big Dippa. So this is a sour New England style double IPA. Comes in at 8% ABV. It's part of their Cosmic Connection series between Victory and 6-point. The hops that they use are CTZ, which is Columbus, Tomahawk, and Zeus, I believe. And
Yes.
then Idaho 7 and Strata. The malt they use 2-row, wheat, flaked oats, and Crystal 10. All right, let's pour this one. Looks a lot like a lot of the other ones, except for Josh's. Nina's was a bit dark too in gold. But yeah, very, very light yellow, gold, very bright, and hazy. This one is the New England styled one as well. So it's a haze. White, kind of rocky, small, medium head. Looks like a nice beer. It looks kind of like a sour yellow lollipop. All right, let's go back to where do we move?
Last year,
Beer
last
Man.
year they had a good one. Their Cosmic Handshake was their collab last year. It was really good.
All right, that looked good actually. Yeah, it does look like a lot of these. Nice yellow, golden yellow straw, lemony look to them. Let me see. I'm gonna pour a little over the top, but I want to. It generates it keeps the retention nice. It's just really it just stays there. Usually those sours they just really break down the head very quickly and don't come back. So it really holds a nice retention in the head. Going for the nose. I get an immediate lemon. I get lemongrass kind of herbal yeast thing going on. You get the lactic acid, you get that sour feel in the nose, you know something's sour. It's not off-putting or anything. It's just if you know what a sour is like, then that's what it is. Going at it, looking at it, it's a white, frothy, kind of a rocky head. It's holding the retention, like I said. It's got a medium carbonation. It is hazy, and just kind of it looks like a good IPA. It looks like a decent citrusy IPA. I'm going for the taste. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, beer man.
Cheers. Not like lemon head, not like that. I actually, let me go back. It is kind of like lemon head. It has that sour before you get to the sweet center. It has it has the same aromas and the same as the nose, kind of well balanced. Has a nice balanced kind of feel to it. It's dry toward about 75% of the way down. It starts to dry off in your tongue. You start to get like this weird dry kind of feel on the side of your tongue and cheeks, and then it kind of just tapers off and lets go. It does leave a little bit of a mucus kind of lining on your throat, that sour kind of effect. Up on the palate, just kind of a powdery lemongrassy, herbal, herbaceous-y kind of thing going on. The yeasty really comes through. It's kind of this yeastiness. There's like a lemon yeasty ester or something coming out, fruity a citrus ester or something coming out. The body's medium. Mouth feels just nice. It's actually smooth. It's smooth, but it's sour. It bites you a little bit. It's actually more of like a tart sour. It's real nice though. I like it. It's not bad. Like Brian was saying, it's not bad. It's pretty good. So that's about all I have, I think. But cheers, yeah, hell yeah.
Cheers, beer man.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Very good. Well, you're not going, Trish. I just my mouse is way off.
There
we go.
Bumping into new mouth.
So
Here's
probably
the look of the can again from 6 Point, and this is called Hyper Beam. It's a hazy IPA with passion fruit, guava, and milk sugar at 8%. I don't know what the IBUs are. as Beer Man said, mine is one where the head has gone way down to almost nothing. So it's just like it has like a foamy edge to it. That's all that's left. But I will get the nose on it first. You get both the guava and the passion fruit in the nose. So you're almost getting a nose that you realize that you're going to get some tartness and some sour just from the nose itself. And the head does regenerate, so it's not completely gone, but it's not as solid as some of the other ones. I'm going to go in for a taste. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, Michael.
Okay, the taste follows the nose. You get the guava, you get the passion fruit. It's medium bodied. The alcohol is really well masked. You can't taste 8% anyway. I mean, it drinks more like a session. Goes down pretty easy. It's smooth. You're getting like a combination sour. It's like you get the pucker sour on the first taste, and then it kind of spreads out to more of a tartness. But it's a combo. I can see why they call it a sour, because the first taste you have is sour. But it's not the kind of pucker where it stays that way. It drifts more into kind of like a tartness, and then it fades into kind of a dry finish. And you want another sip to, fulfill your thirst. It's quite good though.
Mike, do you get any
What's the name of that?
like sweetness in the middle of that too, or no?
It's minimal. It's a little bit. It's a little bit. You're getting more hops than you're getting malt in this, but the malt is there and you get it, but it's just not a primary flavor. So I wouldn't say it's super well balanced, and yet it's doing what it's supposed to do, because it's giving you the sourness, and it is very drinkable. But the malts are here. It's just they're not prominent.
Nice.
But I recommend this beer, by the way. I don't know. This one was a limited release when it came out, but you never know. They could end up putting it into their regular, group that they sell to a lot of states. It's not national, but it is sold in several states now. I know John can get the IPAs now in Georgia, I know.
Awesome. Looks like a good beer.
I'll come around with a number when we reach our final statistic.
Nice. And now I think miscellaneous, you would have been next, right? And then it's Trish. I just dragged you over there and it dropped you. It did it again. There it is. Okay.
Right. So nose on the New Belgium Sour IPA. I get that. I don't know. It's just you get that sour type of. It's just it's hard to describe for me to put into words. But like if you've drank an Anderson Valley or anything like that, any of their sours, it just it's got that certain little pop to it, followed by. It's got like a lemon, earthy hop presence. I mean, it did have some like fruity, bitter hopness, not like real bitter, but on the nose initially. Now that it's warmed up some, it's actually starting to smell a little bit sweeter. Getting some more juice notes on the nose, but going for a swig. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
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 So it does have a slight tartness to it. Drinkability is amazing on this. It's really smooth in my opinion. I would agree with Beer Man that like 3/4 of the way down, when your tongue starts to dry off a little bit, it does. It's got that. It's like a powdery, dry, slight bitter. It's kind of invites you back in to have some more. It does though. It's got a citrusy, earthy, like zestiness to it. Sour, I don't know. I guess it depends on your opinion. I think it's a little more tart. But lemon was a predominant factor in this beer, and it's not bad. I mean, it's not over the top. I mean, I had what was it I was talking about earlier? Victory and 6 Point. They did a collab last year, and it was they did a New England style Sour IPA, and it was called Cosmic Handshake. That was a top-notch beer, but I'm not trying to put this down at all. This is pretty good for what it is. Got no complaints. I like it.
Awesome.
So that's it.
Nice.
Thank you, Miscellaneous. And now, bring up Trish.
Yay.
All right. So now we're like giving our review, right?
Yes,
This one-
your aromas and taste. Don't
Okay.
give a score yet.
All right. So basically, the color dark golden straw-like. It looks a little bit hazy to me. Now I'm semi-new, amateurish. The lacing there's like no lacing there, and the head you guys saw me pour, it was like what 2 to 3 fingers, and it totally went away right after. The aroma, tangerine, pineapple, coconut is barely there. You have to know you're like looking for it, and it's almost like not true coconut, but like the coconut water.
Suntan lotion.
No, not suntan lotion. It's more just like a silky coconut, very faint. You have to look for it. The carbonation was obviously, it's a bit flat for my liking. It's super tart, but super tart, like lemony tart, like lemon zest. It's very tart. Drinks heavy like an IPA, which is weird because you sip it and it seems like super light, but you get that heaviness of an IPA. The guava definitely overpowers, which I love guava in a beer. It's my favorite thing that can be put in a beer. And like I said, I can't pick up on the coconut flavor. Like I don't taste any coconut in this whatsoever. I have it finishes semi-dry, which I think that's where the whole farmhouse, like BuMpY knows particularly. I'm not a big farmhouse person, so I was a little bit nervous, but this is the only beer I could find. So I think the semi-dryness, like the straw-like, is where the farmhouse plays in maybe. So it finishes semi-dry with the sage. So the sage is almost like a mix of mint and lavender. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever eaten mint leaves or just straight up lavender. So it's like that whole tongue feeling and the whole mix together. So I think it's a really relaxing blend, and that's all I got.
Nice.
Nice job, Trish.
Excellent.
You almost sounded like Bear Man.
Yeah,
I
but
took some serious notes while I was tasting.
You didn't get your nose wet though.
Cheers, guys.
Hey, cheers, guys.
Cheers, Jay.
I feel like we've covered the aromas and the appearance of this. So I'm just going to step into my notes about what I was tasting. Lemon, citrus, grapefruit, and other tropical notes. Bitter, but not overly bitter. Very well balanced. Mouthfeel, I'm not getting at what you guys are talking about. That's so weird to me. I'm not getting that. I'm getting my taste buds are dancing with this one. And the citrus sticks around on the lips. Like well after you're done drinking, you can kind of go like that and you're still getting like the lemon and the citrus on your lips. It's a very good beer. It's very well the balance of it. The balance between, the sour and the India Pale Ale is just, it's perfect, man. Perfectly balanced. It's not, one's not overpowering the other. It's just, just boom, right like that. So cheers, guys. I'll give my score next time around.
Cheers, Chadia.
Cheers.
And
I
yes,
agree with that. I think mine just got a little warm. I should have kept it in the fridge.
yeah. And yes, it's still infected.
Don't. It seems like everybody so far is kind of disagreeing with what BJCP said about sour and bitter.
Seems to be working for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm all about this. This is great.
hello, welcome back to the BuMpY Road channel of YouTube. I'm Thomas Metal 75. I'm drinking the Guava Land. Get your tickets now, people. Mighty Squirrel Brewing Company in Waltham, Massachusetts. Again, brewed with copious amounts of guava at 8% ABV. So when we first saw the beer, it had a nice 2-finger sudsy head, and then as everybody was going through their initial thoughts on their beers, it really died down to almost a pinky nails kind of worth. It looked like it was very at the end of your sink with the dishwash soap. That kind of look to it. It's a real dark copper orangey color, moderate amount of carbonations rising from the bottom of the glass. And when you pour from the bottom of the can, you get your sediment, if you can kind of sort of see that. Yeah, yeasty sediment. Our aroma on the guava land, if this makes any sense, one of the first things I get is a real clean water smell. You would think, what, on sour beer, water? Yeah, I'm getting that good water scent. Good clean water. That's important to me. And then I immediately get that smell of the guava, a big old mixed frozen smoothie style drink with a ton of this purple sweet tart Smarties kind of flavor or nose, whichever candy you want to call it. That's what it smells like. There's even a grape juice note as well, but I'm not getting anything that would say to me this has a huge amount of souring notes to it, or even like the vinegar notes you can kind of get from sour beer. So I'm with everybody else pretty much so far. Very just tart, not too sour, but let's give it a try. Guava Land. Cheers.
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 All right. Very purple sweet tart in flavor. There are lots of the guava frozen mixed drink taste in there, mixed with a grape style juice. There is some caramel toasty white bready malt. That's the malts in there. They don't really show up that extensively, but that's what I'm getting out of it. On the tip of the tongue, you get the crushed up purple sweet tart, which then moves on to a fruit juice frozen drink note, and then a super tart finish towards the back of the palate. Again, I reiterate, this is an 8% beer, but I totally agree with everybody else. I also have a very smooth drinking beer. I'd say it's on the medium towards the light side of the body. It's a super soft mouthfeel, which is great. It's super crisp and refreshing, but it's not really bone dry. The crushed purple sweet tart note sticks around during the entire duration of the beer, but the finish definitely is much drier than on the initial sip. Super soft mouthfeel overall, not too bad at 8%. I don't know. You're not really detecting any real alcoholic notes. You're really thinking about tart, sweet tart kind of flavors. Cheers.
Nice.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers, Eric.
Brother. Pick up any like banana notes in that? Like
None.
banana yeasty notes?
All right.
Not on my beer.
What can I say about mine? I'm getting a tartness from mine. I'm kind of flavor-wise, I want to say that I'm getting like a clementine kind of taste, but I'm not getting the sweetness that you normally get from like, a citrus. However, I'm getting that whatever goes on with a grapefruit sort of a thing. And I'm getting a lot of the vinegar kind of a note, which is actually interesting to me because of the way the bacteria is really making, my palate feel, which is interesting. I'm enjoying it all. My mouth is getting a little tired from all the sour excitement of dancing, taste buds and all of that. And I think vinegar is a good thing. That's a nice neutral antioxidant kind of property, and I'm feeling like my terminals have been deoxidized or something. I'm just feeling very, very energetic from it. It's very, very fun, very crafty tasting this beer. I'm getting little elements of that craft beer quality, like some extra steps have been taken. And it's just very pleasant, a little tiny bit of sticking to the glass. It's just a nice, fun beer. I have a flashlight here in case we want
Now
to
you
see.
need a flashlight to find it on the floor.
Of course, now it's not working, so that's a good thing. These were recalled at one point, and I wouldn't return mine for the recall. So maybe I should look into that if it's not working. But yeah, it's nice and hazy and pleasant, and I enjoyed it. It's got the grapefruit vinegar thing that we described earlier, and yeah, the tart is more or less there than sweet. So why not? It's a fun beer. I like it. I'm not sure how I would rate the style because I don't have a lot of experience in the style. But it seems like everyone's kind of touching on the same notes that we're, kind of in some sharing going on here. Not like a guava note or a coconut note, as some folks have, purchased in their beer. But yeah, I'm happy with what I've got. It seems to be basic on the style, and this was not a cheap beer. I could only find a single on the shelf. So yeah, we're talking like a $5 can of beer. But I'm not feeling cheated at all by this particular Hermit Thrush.
Put your taste buds into overdrive. Sours do.
So cool style. Sour.
Awesome.
Damn.
Does it taste like battery acid? That's what JB wants to know.
I don't think battery acid. I've never really tasted battery acid. But I am starting to feel a burnt out tongue, sort of a feeling going on here, like the back of my tongue, almost like I've had a bunch of. I don't know if anyone's ever had like Sour Patch Kids or
lemon
what's
heads.
it called?
What?
Citric acid. Kind of sweetness is what I'm.
Yeah, sweet tarts without the sweet.
But it's like not super sweet. It's a fake sweet. It's like a misnomer of sweet. Tart, possibly. I don't know.
You know whose sour IPA looks sweet? This guy's.
Wow.
Woo!
Like I said, I got
That's how you do it, folks.
Alco from Hudson Valley out of New York. 8% double or sour double IPA. Kind of swirl it around there. You kind of sticks on the glass a little bit. Smell wise, let's dive into it. Right off the bat, you get raspberry, you get the blueberry, get that vanilla. It's almost got like a wine kind of like characteristic to it, if that makes any sense. You get a little. I can kind of smell a little bit of the hops on the back end. Like I said, it has a Galaxy and Eldorado in it. But yeah, right off the nose, it doesn't really smell super. It smells more sweet than anything. It's not really super sour or super tart. But yeah, let's go in and take a couple sips and see how it evolves. So cheers.
Cheers, Josh.
Cheers, Josh.
Salud.
So yeah, blueberry, raspberry. You get the milk sugar. You can tell this has lactose in it. Mouthfeel is medium to almost full body. I mean, it's not like if it was like a smoothie sour IPA or something like that. But get the vanilla. Like I said, you get that kind of the hop bitterness on the back end, but it's pretty sweet. I mean, it's not super sour, not really that tart. I think just the combination of all those flavors together, it balances out really well. It's kind of like fruit juice with a little bit of hoppiness on the back end. Like I said, Hudson Valley always knocks their sours out of the park. They've been known to put out some really good stuff, and this one is no exception. So, yeah, this one's good. If you guys can find, I don't know how widely distributed Hudson Valley is, but yeah, we just started getting them around my area. So yeah, if you guys see this out there, definitely pick it up. They're a little spendy. I think they didn't have singles of this one, but I think the 4-pack was like $24, $25 or something like that.
Damn.
They're not cheap by
Were they 16s?
Yeah, they're 16-ounce cans.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, this one's good.
Prowlers.
I like how they all the ingredients kind of merge together and well balanced, and yeah, great mouthfeel and all that stuff. So cheers, BuMpY. Cheers, everyone. Appreciate you.
Cheers, Josh. I'll be sure to get you my address. That way, those beers can show up in my area.
Yeah.
That's how we do it around here, folks.
Drinking out of a prayer candle.
We have not seen this beer tonight.
We got some notes.
Oh, no.
no notes. First, thank you, BuMpY. Thank you very much for having me. Man, where do we start? New Belgian Sour IPA. This one, best to drink by date is April. So yours is fresher than mine, Chad. So so yeah, very.
Yeah, we got the same batch then, Thresh.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah,
different. Different. Well, I'm a little bit east of him, so his mom and pop shop is a little different than mine. So, New Belgian Sour IPA 7%, no IBUs listed. The hops in this thing are Citra and Amarillo. The yeast was used was London 3 on it. The beer's clarity, it's lemon. Everybody's seen it. Regenerates a head beautifully. Makes really good lacing. Very tight bubbles on it. Love it. Awesome. Hazy cloudy. The beer's head is white. The notes that I took down, you get this tart citrus, the lactobacillus sour, what they use to infect it. Very nice. One beer I've never made is a sour, and the reason is that when you use lactobacillus, it infects everything it touches, especially plastics. Unless you got stainless throughout, don't even attempt it because you will ruin all your brewing equipment. So I'll buy the sours, but I will not make a sour.
Yep. No, I'm with you 100% on that.
The citrus notes I'm getting in here is the grapefruit and the lemon zest in here. Really nice. I'm not catching the lemon notes that Beer Man was grabbing, but I am getting that thing at the back of the throat. Chad wasn't getting it, but the other two got it, Drew and Beer Man. So beer notes, it's bitter. It's a tart beer, which it should be. If they're Citra and Amarillo hops, I believe they use them as a dry hop. I don't think they used a bittering hop at all. They just used the lactobacillus to do the deed, to make that tartness come out. You don't need a hop bitterness to go with it. And I might be wrong, but I'm not really getting any IBU hop presence in here. I'm getting tastes, but not tastes from the hops, because I'm very familiar with those two, citrus and Amarillo. Let's see. The intensity. This is a very intense beer. When you drink it, it punches you right in the tongue. It envelops your whole mouth with a nice, like lemon head type thing, and it's not so intense that it makes you pucker, but it's enough to almost make you pucker. Goes down very dry, makes you very thirsty for more, but it is a very quenching beer. I did find that out. It's nice. Let's see. The beer's mouthfeel, prickly and tingly, very nice. It hides a 7% very well. You can't even tell this is a 7% beer. You would think this would be like a 6. Yeah. Really hides it. And the last note I put on here is that Beer Man, he loves his sours and he loves his goat cheese. I'm wondering what this would do with the goat cheese. This might be something to think about doing, because I'm on that hunt for that Holy Grail that you did that one time with the sour and that goat cheese.
It would probably hop on the goat cheese's back and ride it backwards.
Yeah. Very good beer. I will buy this again. This is, it's an A. I mean, we'll rate it here in a second, but this is a really good beer. If you get a chance, go get it.
Yep. Right. At least 4 people can get it.
Cheers.
Cheers. I don't know if I've seen that one.
Yeah, four people, and we're all basically in other areas of the country, except for Thrash and I are both in Colorado.
I'm in the country.
8%. You can't 8%.
Say that again.
It's the damn mouse. The mouse is screwing everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Big Dipper. victory and 6 point collaboration because they're all under the same umbrella now. I just poured a fresh one, so there is a small head. But yes, the head does go away because of more than likely the sourness of the beer, like bacillus and stuff, Brettanomyces, whatever they want to use in it, causing that head to die down rapidly. The aromas, it's got kind of a sweet lemon aroma. It does kind of remind me a little bit of Lemon Pledge.
Yeah.
So there's a slight, very slight sweetness to a slight sour nose as well, or tartness. Maybe a quick hint of a breadiness in the for the malt aroma, but not much malt aroma coming through in this. Mostly it's the kind of lemony, sour tart type thing coming through. The flavors. Cheers.
Cheers, BuMpy.
Yeah.
Cheers, BuMpy.
Get the sour right on the back side of the tongue. Get the little spitty things going. Comes off with a mixture with that sourness and bitterness right up front, which is strange because it's the New England style one, which you would expect hardly any bitterness, and if there was any, maybe to be on the tail end. This one kind of hits right up front with that sourness. So as your tongue's spitting on the sides and getting this lemon, grapefruit bitterness that's going right down the back of the tongue, right down the center. So it's an assault on your tongue right near your throat. And it does leave the tongue very dry. It is kind of a, I'd say it kind of has a, I don't know, a medium but fuzzy mouthfeel to it for the body. Carbonation, I didn't even notice that. Feels like a medium carbonation, but very, very small, fine bubbles. Got a fizzes. It's kind of like, I don't know, some sour candies and stuff might fizz.
Nice.
Something like that. But little pinpricks all over the tongue.
Yeah.
Like I said, very drying. It does stay true to that kind of lemon and grapefruit type flavors. Not much malt coming through, really. Maybe a slight breadiness to cracker. Like, doesn't do like a sourdough bread thing, which I like in the Berliner Weisses and Goses and stuff like that. Or most sours, if there's going to be a malt, I really like a sourdough breadiness. This one doesn't deliver on that. Bitterness, sourness lingers on in the finish. Not too harsh though. It does stay very, very citrus forward. Like I said, kind of the look of it, it looks like a sour lemon popsicle. And that's kind of the way my tongue's feeling right now. Actually, this is my second can of this, and it feels like, you know, if you suck on those, I don't know, any of those kind of soured candies or lollipop type things for too long, they kind of split and you can kind of crack your tongue or slice your tongue. It's kind of what's feeling like in my mouth right now.
Ooh.
So that's that whole dryness effect that's happening with it.
Nice.
I'll say this right now. I've had 4 or 5 sour IPAs. I've absolutely hated them. This one is the best one I've ever had.
All right.
Wow.
I will say this one's not disgusting.
Yeah.
About time.
You
And
know,
I'm very glad that this is my last can of it, and I will.
Congratulations.
Cheers. Let's get back to let's go full.
So you could have kept one of those for a couple months, and the hop that hop bitter might have died down a little bit.
I don't even know how old these things are. They do the Best Buy thing. They don't do the Born On thing. So this is April. That's been kind of going around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, April. This one's Best Buy April 30th.
Yep.
So
Nice.
We're all fresh.
I'm thinking they all have like I think they're giving them like a 6-month shelf.
That's what I would think.
So,
3 or 6, yeah.
all right. We can rearrange. I can try to rearrange. I no promises. My mouse is messed up.
All right, see you later, guys.
Can't show you.
We're all getting kicked out.
All right, yeah, I might start deleting people. I might delete a bunch of my Malty Mondays.
You might
Who
delete
knows
your
what's going to happen
channel.
right now as I start to move people around. Who? Oh, Beer Man. Well,
Beer
there we
Man
go.
and me. I'm next.
Okay.
Beer Man.
Beer Man,
Mhm.
Michael, you're getting there.
This
You're
way.
there, right? Yep.
Mhm.
And then Trish,
Yep.
and then Thrash was way down here.
I'm last.
I'm like
It's your
over
fault for
here.
leaving.
Well, I'm last before
but I'm
you.
not really.
I think that's right.
And then that.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
could-
well,
We're good.
it was Eric and then Nina.
Yes,
There you go.
Right.
that's it.
And you
Okay, so Beer
One
Man
of
started
these
with
things
you.
is not like the other. One of these
Um,
things is not the same.
Go ahead and give your scores, any shout outs, anything like that. But please go long winded
Okay.
Oh.
because I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Beer Man. Oh, I mean, BuMpy.
Cool.
Brendan is first.
Again, another poem. No, I write down these last things. Listening to you guys talk, it just kind of makes you think about stuff. Things come up. But let's just kind of go through this real quick. Citrusy bunch of lemon, grapefruit, slight orange actually came through. As it warmed up, I was getting more of a citrus bunch of that stuff coming together. The grapefruit really kind of got dominant towards the warming. Comes out in the finish. So as you burp, you get a slight grapefruit lemon pithiness, which is really good, actually. I like that pithy.
All part of the taste.
Yeah, totally. Maltiness didn't stand out much at all. Alcohol was well hidden, as Brian said. Sour citrus zest, that thing, that zesty craziness. I liked it. That, as Miscellaneous was saying. You get the sour dryness through your teeth. It was really nice. It kind of, you felt your teeth kind of get dry and soury feeling. You know, it's just crazy. Lemon. I already said that shit. Stuff. I cussed. In a way, slight citrusy kombucha feel. There was kind of like a citrus kombucha, vinegary kind of, you know, that thing like Nina was saying, kind of vinegar thing. But a lot of fun sensations through this beer, and I really liked it. The sensory was great. 92 out of 100. I'm giving it a lower A, but a definite A. I've had others that are really good, and this one was pretty good to me. Like, I can handle this. I bought a 6er, and I was actually able to deal with it. So, cool. But, yeah, so.
What was the score? Sorry, I missed it.
92.
92, I gave it a 92. So an A minus, A mid range. Drinkable though, good beer. My stuff tomorrow. I've got my cheese already. I hope you guys do, and I've got a beer. So if you guys want to be there at 8 o'clock Eastern, be there. And then Wednesday is a new thing. I've put too many recipes together, so I'm kind of slowing down on that. And I'm going to be doing a panel for a good hour. I don't want to run into Therio's stuff or anything like that, so I'm trying to kind of keep it. Maybe I don't care who shows up, but bring a beer with anywhere from one. I don't care how many hops are in it, but we'll discuss the hops that are in it. It's an education hour to learn hops and stuff, and we'll do the same with malts as well. We'll do a malty beer thing as well. But yeah, if you want to show up, even if you're there for the last little part of it, bring it on. We'll do a review as well, review your beer, talk about the hops that are in it, and there you go. Everyone else, you guys are going to shout yourselves out and stuff, so I'm not going to say it, but I'm always there to support. So cheers. Thanks, BuMpy.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Well, I want to know kind of what you mean about the Wednesday thing with bring a beer. Do you want us to talk about like what hops are actually in it, or just talk about what the beer tastes like?
Well, what I did today is I went and got one, and I got one with about 3 or 4 different hops in the whole process. You know, they had like 3 or 4 hops in it or something. Do the beer review, and just kind of like do your notes prior, learn what those hops are about, write your notes about them if you don't know it already, and just kind of let everyone know kind of what the actual flavors you're supposed to get out of those hops and what you're actually getting out of the beer. That way we can kind of see how the brewer did, and then also see what the hops are all about. So that way we get kind of a knowledge base.
Cool. So you can kind of talk about what the hops should give off.
Yeah, should, and then what they do. So
cool. Good thing I have a hop chart right behind me.
Yeah. If it's a small panel, cool. Right on. You know, it's all right. So it might take a while to go through all that. So yeah. Cheers.
Happy birthday, brother.
Cheers.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Now I gotta pee.
All right. Welcome to Catheter Monday. Not.
Lack thereof.
As I keep drinking on this one, I'm getting a lot of the same as the other people are in that it's really dry. The dryness really, but it's not necessarily a bad thing because it makes you want to have another sip, and that's all good. I am going to give this one a 95. It's a solid A. And I would buy it again. Like I said, it's a limited release, so I probably won't see it again. But 6 Point, not specializing in sours, has had a few through the years, and they make a good sour. And I definitely would buy more if I see them. Positive. This Wednesday will be the last Wild Card Wednesday. I'll try not to cry, but
it will be one of the most somber days on.
But it's been going on for a long time, so you know whenever anything ends, you know the way it was used to be.
They don't want it. Whatever.
It's going to be different now. We'll see what happens. There could be some other things that spin out of it, and whatever. And the beginning of the month, he's going to have a set style. After that, it's going to be specific beers, I think. So we'll have to watch, you know, what happens and how well attended it is and what does happen.
Fly your flags at half staff on Wednesday, people.
Everybody should try to come on Thursday, on Wednesday. Boy, I'm really mixed up here.
On Wednesday. All right, Michael.
On Wednesday. Because everybody wants to, you know, say goodbye to Wild Card Wednesday. Sunday is Stout Sunday at 10:30 on John and Illy's channel. Everybody should try to make that if they can. I know for Beer Man it's a little bit early, but
breakfast stouts for us.
Yeah.
Whatever. Everybody should try to come. But
I'll see if I can call out sick.
No, just do it from work.
Yeah, there you go.
That'll go over well.
Sneak off in the bathroom, do fucking joint stat Sunday. I was constipated, man. Serious gut issues.
That'd be epic. I'd go down in history.
Literally.
All right.
Awesome, Michael.
All right.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. All right. So
and Michael's starting up his own channel too. I think.
Yes, hopefully
next week.
That would be awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So for the new Belgium Sour IPA, wasn't bad. Wasn't over the top. I mean, I've had a couple sour IPAs that were definitely on a higher level than this. Not gonna bash in this beer because it's drinkable, it's sessionable, it's tart, it's got a nice hop presence in it. I mean, it's balanced for what it is. I can't complain. Score wise, I'm gonna dip under 90 and I'm gonna give it an 87. I mean, that's not a bad score, but I mean, I don't know. I think I got spoiled. I had a couple good sour IPAs.
Out of here.
You know what I mean? Like I said, last year that from Victory and 6 Point, that Cosmic Handshake was like the best sour IPA I had. It was a New England style sour IPA, and that was just top notch. That just like real earthy. The hop presence was there, and it wasn't overly bitter, and the sourness was right on point because 6 Point, they can make them New England IPAs or those piney resiny IPAs. And Victory, their sour game is tight.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But like I said, 87, New Belgium. I would get this again. I would buy it again. So as for plugs, not really doing too much, but I do have a new channel doing miscellaneous beer reviews. I will leave the link in the chat. And please come subscribe. Got some been getting some beer mail recently, drinking some beers that are not from my area that I couldn't get if I didn't get help from like Craft Beer Pours or Lone Star Beer Reviews. I've also got another package coming in the mail. It's not a beer mail, but it's just going to be here soon. I'm getting some beers that I could definitely never get my hands on, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, hopefully Wednesday, Mikey's up to it, and over at Chugs, we can do what's the ABV this week. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Hope he's feeling better.
Yeah.
So, other than that, that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, and then maybe not this Wednesday, but maybe next Wednesday, I might pull something together because I know things are going to get tight and exclusive, and I'm only going to be able to get certain things for Wednesday over at Grontario's thing. I'm not trying to cut his throat or do anything like that. I would start mine later, and it'll just be a similar thing. Just bring a beer, do a beer review, casual. That's it.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Just don't go too late to where you're
Running
going
over beer shows.
what the ABV.
Yep. Might be around 7:45. So
Eastern.
Yep, Eastern. Not next week. Week after that. I'll bring it up again next week.
Now, are you in Buccaneers territory up there, Magnets?
Nope, that's the opposite coast.
You're Tampa Bay, or what do you call it? What do you guys root for?
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
He's a Florida Chief.
It's been a weekend. I'm a Packers fan.
Yeah.
I was rooting for the Packers.
That's what it is. Wasn't our day. What are you gonna do?
I'm being bullied.
You're not being bullied.
No, I'm just.
Tampa Bay in
Right here.
Colorado.
I don't know. It's gonna be a hell of a fucking Super Bowl.
No, it's a great matchup. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Cheers, Drew.
Yeah, I bet you Trish and Brandon are gonna have a charcuterie board.
You're gonna start sacrificing things around their house.
Yeah.
They're getting the big sandwich from Subway. I think that was invented in Connecticut.
Boom.
Must say.
All right.
It's you, Trish.
Oh, just go for it. Well, we're waiting for the cue here. All right. So what?
Cue.
Q.
So I am studying this whole 100 scale thing. I personally am not comfortable rating on that. I know 1 to 5 is pretty similar, but I'm not comfortable doing that yet. So I do mine on a scale 1 to 5. So basically the style for me, I think they nailed it. They literally have sour farmhouse IPA. They nailed all 3 in this one beer, which is pretty, I think, interesting to be able to get all 3 flavors into one brew, in my opinion. The aroma, it's approachable, it's enticing, it's not a turnoff. The flavor, like I said, you get a sour, a farmhouse, an IPA. I love the flavor. I do wish there was a little more coconut. I'm a coconut person, so I do wish there was a little bit more like the raw coconut chip flavor for me. And I do think that the carbonation was definitely a little bit of a fail. There was like the head went right away. There's like no spritzy taste to it when you're sipping. It's definitely just kind of like a flat tart. So with that said, I'm going to do a 4.5. I'm definitely going to go back to my beer store and pick this up. I really like it. I think it's just a good nightcap beer. It's relaxing. The flavor's all there. So 4.5 for me on this beer.
Awesome.
Nice.
And I do have a few plugs. I never plug myself, but I have brought my channel back, Keep Sippin'. Pre-pregnancy, I used to do a lot on my personal YouTube channel. A lot of you know me from my husband, Craft Beer Pours, but believe it or not, I actually used to do a lot of stuff on my own channel. So I'm back. I have a lot of stuff coming up. I've just kind of been working a few things. We're going to have some beers from breweries that get sent out, and then we live stream and we taste it with the actual brewer. I have a lot of different stuff in the works. I don't want to give it all up because I kind of just have to set it all up first, but I do have a lot of stuff coming up. Wines Day Wednesday. I know Wednesdays a lot goes on, but that's just what I do. If you can make it, great. If you can't, no big deal. But I do Wines Day, and Wines Day will be back on my channel. And then if you find me interesting, you can find me on Thirsty Thursday on Craft Beer Pours.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Check her out
BuMpy.
on Instagram too, man. She put some really great pictures on Instagram.
Cheers, Trish. I appreciate you making it to tonight's Malty Monday, since you
And I will.
you didn't keep to your full promise of making it to.
I will be on Beer and Cheese. I have my cheese, I have my beer, and I will be on Wild Card Wednesday. I think that's a wrap of my.
Alex's Food Friday.
No, I did this Friday.
Oh, okay, so this one counts, but I thought it didn't start until Sunday.
Yeah, but then I gave it up with the mac and cheese. So we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. It's fish and chips. Who doesn't like fish and chips?
Ooh, I know.
Wow, Michael, they don't even think they have anything on that beer on Beer Advocate. They don't have anything on that beer.
Oh, wow.
I guess what happens with some of the limited releases, it's not followed up. I don't know why not. It should be, but they don't always follow it up. This one came out in the middle of December, and a friend of mine went and picked it up. And along with that, whatever that, there was another Imperial Stout that was released at the same time.
I searched for my beer. I couldn't find it. There was like no reviews on it. It was barely checked into Untapped. It was crazy. I was like, I don't even know anything about this beer. So it's weird.
Chatio's beer came out in the summer of '69.
Ooh,
yeah.
I hear a Canadian singing right now.
And of course, it's still infected. No, I mean it's not the best. It's not the worst sour IPA I've had. It's
martial law.
Bring it.
No! Meet you in the parking lot.
I rather enjoy this style. I think it's really good, especially when the one comes out like New Belgium's. How it was just balanced. Nothing was overpowering. They were just working together beautifully. And I gave it a pretty high score. I'm going to give it a 96.
Wow.
Yeah. I really liked it. I think they did a very good job with this beer. And channel. There we go. Yeah. Oh, he's got another one. Oh, cool. Channel, food reviews, beer reviews, video games, just still pumping all that stuff out. Friday is my 200th beer review. I wish I didn't know that would be my 200th beer review. So I mean, all done in like 8 months. So pretty crazy. All right, guys.
Nice.
Thank you, BuMpy, for having me here. Cheers.
Cheers, Chad.
Cheers, Chad.
All right. Back over to Thomas Meadow, 7.5 to the 666th power. Oh, boy. Yeah, we're doing that. We're going to Guava Land. We've been there. Can is empty. Glass is still a little bit full. Copious amounts of guava. 8% double sour IPA. So my assessment at the end of the day is that I wish that there was more, the beer was more on the sour vinegar lemon juice side of things. And I also wish that this sweet tart flavor was just toned back a little bit. I can see this beer getting fatiguing, if you're trying to drink more than maybe 2 of them, especially after 1 of them. I think it would get fatiguing with that. Just like you crush up a purple sweet tart and basically kind of add that to your pale ale or IPA of choice, basically. But definitely for me, like one of the best parts about this beer was that very smooth, super soft mouthfeel, and the drinkability was amazing, like 8%. Like, please, you're not finding it there. You could just suck this thing back. So for that reasoning alone, it helps me bump up the rating a little bit to a 91. Again, otherwise, then I want more of a traditional Belgian style sour, and I want less sweet tart. That's the only thing I can complain about. Cheers. Thomas 75. I do the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel on YouTube. Go search for Massachusetts Beer Reviews on Facebook as well. Myself and Tom the Beer Whisperer are the moderators. We'll let you into that little channel. And more mixes and songs are coming out for the new album by my band Oxblood Forge. Hopefully one of these days we will be able to announce things coming up. Yeah.
And for those of you that are not from Massachusetts, Thomas Metal 75 was saying Massachusetts Beer Reviews, not Master of Beer Reviews.
Correct. Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Master. He lives in New Jersey.
Master.
All right. So I had the Hermit Thrush tonight, and there's a lot of sediment in the bottom of that beer. I've got to say, I was looking for like the rest of the cigarette butt in my beer. It's like tea leaves, or somebody's like the bottom of a kombucha kind of looks like that. It has all the tea leaves in the bottom. So maybe it's hops. I don't know if it's bacteria.
Yeah, no, it's not bacteria. It's sediment.
Yeah, so they say, my friends from the Czech Republic always said, you don't drink the sediment. You leave, that's your refuse. You get a headache when you go out and you bottoms up and you drink all the sediment. And that was, they were firm believers in that. I never remember them complaining about being too hungover. So I don't know. I didn't finish my last sip. I think I'm going to pour it into this Genesee, and maybe it'll eventually find its way. But yeah, there was a lot of little floaties and sediment in the bottom of that.
Wow.
Very interesting. Great flavor, really nice beer. I guess the sediment gives it that real homey kind of vibe. So I have to rate it high based on flavor and all of that. It's very, very enjoyable. I appreciated what they did. I think they really worked the style. So I mean, like 90 something, 94. I'm not afraid of the sediment. I'll probably end up drinking it. I need to taste my Genesee.
It's actually very good for you.
Genesee.
The sediment is very good for you.
Very pleasant, and I would totally buy it again. I'm not. I got nothing bad to say about it. The beer was beautiful. It was fun. It was exciting. My palate loved it. Vermont. What was that? Hermit Thrush. Yeah. Check him out.
Burley.
I just looked at that too. That's funny.
Nice. Is it my turn now? I guess. Yep. Q.
Nope.
So, like I said, Alco from Hudson Valley out of Beacon, New York. I really like this beer. I mean, like I said, all the ingredients mash well together. I think that addition of the milk, sugar, and lactose, it all flows together. It kind of gives it almost like a cobbler kind of taste to it, like you're eating like a berry cobbler. But it's not. They don't overdo it with the lactose and milk sugar, because some of these beers, they just put a ton of lactose and a ton of milk sugar, where it makes like super sweet and undrinkable, where you can't even finish a whole 16-ounce can or whatever pour you're doing. But and like I said, I've had Hudson Valley before, and they've always been top notch. But yeah, this one I'm gonna give it a 98. It's probably one of the best sour IPAs I've had.
Hot damn.
But yeah, I think just the ingredients and the hop addition of the Galaxy and El Dorado and milk, sugar, lactose, and all that. I think it all just flows really well. Like I said, it's not overdone with the lactose and milk sugar. It just, yeah, it's good. I mean, a great mouthfeel. Some tartness on the back end, but it's not like that. It's not like that pucker sour where it's like your cheeks kind of clench in. Like I said, it reminds me like a raspberry or blueberry like cobbler type dessert kind of style sour IPA. So yeah, 98 for me for the Hudson Valley. So yeah, good. So cheers all. Appreciate you.
Shout your channel out, man.
I don't have a channel. I have Instagram. Philly Crooker 87 is where I just kind of
check him out, man. You got to see some. He does all the great can art on the beers. I mean, you could just frame those things. It's awesome.
I just So weird glassware. You'll see my weird glassware on there too. Bowls and light bulbs
and you'll also see him driving in his car listening to music.
Yep.
Not in his head a lot.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, and it's Philly Crooker
87.
87.
Yep. So
put it in the chat, man. People will follow you.
Yeah. I'll trade you some Parrish for some of that.
And just by your loud knee slapping, Josh, I gotta say, put some pants on.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I'll trade some Parrish. I just put an order in for Alvarado Street. My buddy's friend is over in California, and he's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Let me get all these 4-packs." So we'll see how they are.
$2,000.
Have to get some spendy stuff to send your way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll look up.
Nice.
Cool. All right. So second to last, BuMpY's last. The only downfall of the beer, the New Belgian Sour IPA, is that at the end of the drink, it's a little thin on the back end. There's not really anything that really holds it up when it goes down. The tartness is there. It's missing, I think, a bit of body, I think, from the malt side, maybe. That's the only downfall I have with this. And I was really, when Beer Man called out his number, I was like, I'm one away from that. So he gave it 92. I'm giving it a 93. It's really good. I'll buy it again. It's just, it's well worth buying. I mean, it's not an introduction sour at all. It's very complex when it comes to the taste and everything with the citrus notes and everything. It really plays along. It's a storyline as you're drinking it. It's a very well made beer, very thought out beer. I'm really curious on if they had any bittering hops in it. That's the only question I have. So I think a little bit more malt profile in there, and this would be 100, man, easy.
I agree with that. That's probably it. Definitely felt like a dry hop beer.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with when I mentioned like I like sourdough bread notes and sours and stuff, and this was kind of lacking. It just kind of had like a light bread to cracker type note. Yeah, definitely more malt present.
Well, you get those beers out there that use lactobacillus, and this one I think they actually used it to support the bittering part of it and the tartness, and they left the citrus and the Amarillo there to really bring that hot flavor and aroma through. They just need a bit more malts. That's it. I mean, you'd be fine. I mean, just probably a Crystal 10 in there would really blast that sucker up. So,
well, this one had Crystal 10.
Yeah, nice.
Crystal Light.
You can taste the flaked oats in this thing too. So,
Crystal Light.
Crystal Light, yeah. They actually have Crystal 5 they use.
Yeah. Crystal 10's carapils. So
pretty much, yeah. Maltodextrin.
Yeah, same thing. They're all same malts can be named 5 different things.
Cute.
But go ahead, shout yourself out there, Rash.
Yeah, something's coming up right now. Chatio and I, our neighbors, if y'all don't know, we live like 8 to 10 miles from each other. I'm gonna go pick his ass up on Sunday. We're gonna have a live brew day, probably starting around noon to 1 o'clock Mountain Time. and the brew day will go for probably 3.5, 4 hours. And during the meantime, he can probably review some of my stuff, the home brews, and go through the brew day, which would be great because I'll have a fellow YouTuber on, because I have other people that come over that are homebrewers, but they're not YouTubers. So it'll be nice to have Chatty over, and we'll sit there and just shack it up, and we might be the next 21090. Who knows? Only at 5280.
Yeah.
280, yeah. Nice. And then Chatty will become drunk Dio.
Drunky. Well, I'm driving him home, so I expect him to do some good reviews.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna bring over some of his homebrew. We'll do some rating on that too. So we'll have a good day on Sunday. So
this one goes out to Sarah Flora. Finish the keg.
Finish the keg.
Yeah, she's great. She's great.
Sweet. Cheers, all.
Hashtag finish the keg. Yeah, awesome. Thank you all for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, BuMpY.
Let's start with giving this one a score. Like I mentioned, I don't care for sour IPAs. I haven't had the best sour IPAs. This one definitely is the best. So, I mean, based off that, I should give it 100 out of 100.
Okay, Alex.
Yes, and this goes out to JB because I know that he's missing it. If Alex had a sour IPA, I'm sure he would have scored it 100 out of 100 this time. JB, so, but Alex couldn't find one tonight. So, but no, this one was pretty good. I was able to drink the whole 6-pack. The first few of them, I couldn't wait to finish them. It was like rush through them because I'm like, I don't want to be stuck with this crap. It kind of grew on me a little bit after a while. And I'm gonna give this one a 91 out of 100.
Nice.
Pretty decent. The other sour IPAs I've had would have scored in the I think I actually drain poured most of them. They were pretty gross. So I was really disappointed in sour IPAs, and that's why I knew that this night was going to happen at some point, but I was really not looking forward to it. Glad that it's over with. So move on. So we will create a new poll. There'll be some probably similar beers that have been polls that haven't won yet, because we are going to go through every single beer style Malty Monday that we can. We might leave some out that we just. But
yeah, it happens.
But we'll try to get through every single beer style that's out there. Try to get everybody involved with trying things they've never tried before. Get the panel in, the chat in to just seeing stuff that they might not even know exists. Malty Mondays are 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. Everybody's welcome up the panel. You just have to bring whatever beer is going to be showcasing that night. You just have to also act like a normal, rational human being. Drink along in the chat if you don't want to join up on panel. Like Paul, he said that he finally found a sour IPA, but he didn't want to join up tonight. So hopefully he was drinking one or something like that in the chat. What else? The poll. We're going to create a poll after the show. Everybody that's here on panel, it looks like we lost Nina dropped. But we'll create a poll with 4 different beer styles that have yet to show up on Malty Monday as a beer. The poll will come down on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when the voting stops. You can find the poll in the various Hangout groups on Google that we're associated with, most of us here anyways. If not, it will also be placed in the description of this video. So please go and run that poll and vote on
somebody's community.
The next beer that will be shown on Monday. Other than that, I do have the After Dark beers on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That one is simply just bring a dark beer, basically due to the malts that are used to make it dark. Looking for dark, like dark beers.
Dark
that,
lagers.
Yeah, dark lagers.
stouts.
Like I think I mentioned like brown ales. I brought it a brown ale last time. That's probably the lightest that I'll go would be a brown ale style, because they can get really low if you get the what's the one with the star thing on it? Newcastle. Newcastle's pretty light. It doesn't actually meet the 18 SRM.
Yeah, 18 or
standard.
greater.
I kind of put down for that. But some of them, it's okay if it's a little bit lighter than 8. I'm just trying to say, hey, it's going to be dark. It can't be an amber. Don't bring any. Yeah, don't bring an ESB. Don't bring a Hellas.
Hurricane.
Hells no. It's going to be a dark beer based off of the malts that are used in it. But that's pretty much it. That one's a little bit more of a laid back show, a little bit different structure. So more chatting will go on between the panel. That's it. I want to thank my panel for showing up tonight. I want to thank the chat for being here as well. Appreciate you all.
Anytime.
And let's have a great week. Every other person on here on the panel and everything that shouted out what they have going on this week. If you guys can try to check out what's going on each night, there should be pretty much something going on almost every single night this week. So let's spread the love, check out everybody's channel, and just appreciate you. And I appreciate all
Trish,
the
thanks
other
for coming, man.
YouTubers out
Yeah. Cheers.
We'll convert you to the 100% scale.
there. All right. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
All right, stick around. We're going to create a panel.